Welcome back, dear listeners, to yet another senses-shattering episode of Show Me Comics, where people show us their comics and you listen. I'm Arthur,
And I'm Ty.
and today we are joined by my good friend and fellow artist, Nathan Hayashi, a budding young artist from the Great White North. But first, another segment of Two Truths and One Lie.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
What you got for me?
This may sound a little familiar.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, two truths, one lie. I spent over $100 on X-Men and Avengers comics over the last 2 weeks.
Mm.
I asked our comic book store owner to be on the pod. That's the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And this may be the last week I buy Jorge Jimenez's Batman.
Oh, no. I didn't even know Jorge Jimenez was doing a Batman run right now.
Oh, wow. I've been buying it for like years at this point, but I can't believe, bro.
Oh,
What
wait, never mind.
are you
Never mind.
talking about? You literally got one of my comics of his signed by him, and
No, you're
you're
right.
telling me didn't know this was going on.
That was a brain fart. That was my bad. I do remember that now. I just haven't read any of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
no, that's not true. I did read some of the Fear State stuff, like a couple issues into that, because there was a really good connecting cover. But I had no idea what was going on.
I think that might have been before Chip Zdarsky was on, so it was
Oh, really?
probably probably like a bit worse. I mean, no
Oh,
offense to that writer, but he had Jorge drawing some boring shit sometimes. But anyway, Jorge
wasn't
always
there
made it look good.
wasn't there a bunch of stuff with Zur-En-Arrh recently? That was kind of interesting to me. I don't know
Yeah, it
anything about
was
what was going
equally
on, but
interesting and stupid, but
oh
that's
boy,
just comics.
right.
But which one do you think is the truth and which is the lie, Arthur?
Well, um, I do believe that you've spent $100 on X-Men and um, Avengers because I know you just got that big Hickman trade not too long ago, and that was probably 20 or 30. So yeah, I would say that's definitely true.
Okay.
And then, hmm, remind me of the other ones?
I asked our local comic book store owner if he wants to be on the pod, or
Hmm,
this may be the last week I buy Batman by Jorge Jimenez.
hmm, You did just go to Comic HQ the other day. So I think that's true. I don't think you have any intention of dropping Batman.
No, you were wrong. I did not
Dang.
ask him yet. I'm a weenie, and I mean, yeah, this Batman stuff is going into a crossover right now, so I'm like, I just bought an issue, and I know Jimenez isn't even the only artist in it, which makes me sad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, build up your energy, Jorge, for the next arc maybe, and I'll meet you there. But for now, I might have to start not buying it, depending on how good this issue is.
I mean, he's done so much. He can take a break for a little while.
I don't know if he's going to, but I mean, hey, it'd be like that.
So yeah,
Um,
explain to me why you haven't asked Buddy to get on yet. You were there, bro. You had the chance.
True, I did. But really quick, I want to talk about these fucking trades that I got.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, these Avengers trades are huge. Like volume 1 and 2 are like normal size, like 12 issues. Volume 3 and 4 are like twice the size of that. It's
So
insane.
I only remember you getting that first one in. When did you get the rest of them?
I just bought them off of eBay and Amazon.
Uh,
And yeah, I bought New X-Men Volume 1 and Avengers by Hickman 3 and 4. And then I
nice.
learned there's a 5. So this isn't even all of them. His run is so long. It's
My
insane. But
more the merrier.
I'm kind of excited, yeah, like to actually read something that's long.
Yeah. I just got like I told you the other day, I just got the first three volumes of uh Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the final three today at V Stock because of their Fourth of July sale. But when I was at work yesterday at the toy store, um, my boss got in uh All of Eastman and Laird's Ninja Turtles run colored. It's
Oh
a two
shoot,
hundred. It's a $200 lot though.
that's insane.
Yeah, he said he'd do 150 for me, so I think I'm gonna have to take him up on that.
That's pretty ballsy. You,
I'm gonna try to talk him down a little bit because the third volume is falling apart a little bit. Like the last few pages are falling out, so I'd have to fix that. But still, I think that's
yeah,
pretty good.
that might be good. Speaking of, buying stuff and getting stuff, though, today
Oh yeah.
is, we interviewed Nate on Canada Day, but today is the 4th of July. We're
Mm-hmm.
recording this a little after. And yeah, we're going to our local V Stock, which is closing down. And I only want one thing. It'd be nice if I could get two things, but I'm pretty sure that I'm only going to be able to get one. Awesome Alex Ross poster of Spider-Man fighting Superior Octopus, my favorite freaking, you know, Spider-Man character probably. And it's just sitting there on the wall. And the guy wouldn't let me have it last time. And he said, just come back on 4th of July. And, I'm not filled with confidence about this right now. But there's also a Hulk Alex Ross poster I'd really like, which would be super nice. But, like, straight up, I'm just gonna take this thing off the wall if he says no. Like it's held by tax, and I've been looking at it for years, and I've always wanted it. And anyway,
There's two outcomes that I can foresee of you trying to take this poster from
poster
VStock. Either there's so many people that they don't notice you taking it and walking out with it,
or there's
or
no
it's the
people, and I just
or there's
run.
no people and the employees don't give a shit. No, the employees just don't give a shit. It's their last fucking day. Like
I really
they're not
hope
gonna
that
stop you.
guy's there that told me I could have it, because then he'll let me have it.
I
They said they
mean,
couldn't give it to me because they didn't have a way to sell it to me. And I was just like, I don't know. I could give you $8. I don't know. There's extra $8 in the drawer. I don't know. I don't know.
dude, no one else wants that poster, and after the sale, like after they close, they're just gonna throw it away. So honestly, you're doing them a favor.
Yes, or someone's gonna get sold it or something like in bulk.
Yeah, that
But
would be
yeah,
tragic. There's some good posters there, but they're all taped up.
yo, and before I forget, I want to drop our guest's Instagram because I totally forgot to
Oh yeah.
ask him what his socials are. But it's N Hayashi. That's Hayashi HAYASHI underscore comic arts. N Hayashi underscore comic arts. Yes,
Oh yeah. That's my buddy.
we love Nate. Oh yeah, also, email us your comics, guys, at
Yeah.
showme.comics24@gmail.com. We want to interview you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just show us like a portfolio or what you're making, yo.
Oh
I,
yeah.
th- I think that concludes this intro.
All right. Well, enjoy our interview with the one and only Nathan Hayashi.
Oh, and hey guys, don't forget to follow Show Off Comic on Instagram. Awesome. Well, today we have a very special guest. Nate, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Nathan Hayashi. Aspiring comic book guy, as most of us are.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Occasional hockey watcher. I'm a big fan of the NHL.
Of course.
And just just full-time nerd, you know?
Yes, dude.
Oh
Full
yeah.
Oh man.
full-time yeah,
Full time with no pay.
full-time, no pay. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up the NHL. We talked a little bit about them last time on our podcast and how,
Yeah,
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 Stanley made a
yeah.
character for every single NHL team.
What's your local NHL team, Nate?
Local NHL team is the Calgary Flames.
Hell yes.
Flames. I
Not
wonder
not
what Stanley's character for that was.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah, those Stanley characters that you brought up last time, whack
Yeah,
creations, honestly.
Yeah.
they're all insane.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
they're amazing.
But Nate, I'm super excited to hear about what you're working on right now, man. I looked at your Instagram and Arthur sent me some stuff of yours, and I really like your art style, dude. What have you been working on?
What have I? Oh man. Well, I've been putting together. I don't know if Arth has told you, but putting together a little super team, Bioforce.
Yes.
Oh
Kind of
yeah.
like their own thing, like kind of working away at that, figuring out characters. But
Yes, dude.
yeah,
Yeah, tell us
sure.
about it, man, if or whatever you feel comfortable sharing. I know it's still pretty early in production, but
It's
you know,
very,
you might want to build some buzz around it.
yeah, it's very early in production. No, Bioforce, like I was telling Earth, was basically I had this idea when I was living with my then girlfriend. I had this
Hmm.
idea. I was like, you know what? I can't stick to one character. I need to just figure out a way because I love doing comics, but I can't for the life of me stick to like one character because my brain's so like it's ADHD that's like prone to like, oh, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool.
Oh,
So
of course.
I, I kind of figured, hey, why not do like a team book, like those cool like X-Men from like the 90s with Jim Lee
Right.
Yes.
or X-Force, just something cool that will get my brain to be like, okay, there's a group of characters I can tell this big story, and individually I can tell like different little stories with each character. And just man, taking a look at the comic book industry right now, it's just there's not that much exciting stuff that
Yeah.
comes out of new age comic books. And so
Yeah.
I love the feel of that 90s action where you had like big muscles and like pretty women and God forbid Rob Liefeld draw feet on panels.
Right.
The worst. Oh
So,
lord.
oh yeah. So it was just getting back to basics, like cool action comics that like, I grew up reading. I'm pretty sure you guys grew up reading
Of
and just
Oh
course.
yeah.
have some fun with it.
So my question is, when I first met you, you were working on another book. I don't know if you ever settled on the name for it, but I remember the character that you were really into. You drew him all the time, and I really was into him too. Mark, dude, the
Yeah.
skull-headed man, Mark slash
Yeah.
Bloodchild, I think. So does he have anything to do with Bioforce? Are you sticking with him, or is he just kind of on hold for right now? Because I remember you had some quite a bit of ideas for him.
Yeah. Mark is definitely in the portfolio.
Fair.
No, Mark, that was an interesting period because, it's just, I had this love for this character, and then,
Hmm.
all of a sudden it just something went away. So he's always going to be a part of like I might pull him back up, maybe not, who knows, but he'll always be somewhere in the portfolio. He's never gone.
Yeah.
I I
Of
like to say
course.
never truly gone. There's always more stories to tell. So if he comes back, he comes back. But
Yeah.
I remember
Writing's
yeah,
a
you and
process.
you and oh yeah.
oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Nate, I remember you and Connor and I had a conversation on Discord a while ago about how you and him both have, or at the time you were working with Mark and Connor's character Forge are both skull-headed men, and I
Right.
had a character. One of the first characters I came up with in high school was also a skull-headed man. I think it's just interesting to see that we all came up with very similar things for our. I don't know if it was the probably not your first original character, and same with Connor, but it was just funny. At some point, we all had a main character that we were writing on that had a skull for a face. You know,
Oh, no, skulls are cool, man.
of
Like
course.
skulls are metal.
I would say
Oh,
skulls are your signature as an artist. You draw a lot of skulls.
Can we name our
thank
favorite
you, thank
skull characters that aren't our own?
Hmm.
you.
Uh,
What
There
was that?
was
can we name our favorite skull characters that aren't our own? Like Ghost Rider, for example. I did buy his skin in Fortnite, I'm sad to say.
oh god. No, you're not. You're not sad to say that. You love Fortnite.
Dude, favorite favorite skull characters. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta say Ghost Rider is up there. Ghost
Atomic
Rider was like
Skull's
a
cool.
gangster.
Grim from Billy and Mandy.
Oh yeah.
True, true.
Who's there's a like an early like a really early common writer Super Sentai character that is like bone and skull themed. I think he's really cool. I can't remember his name for the life of me.
There's like a
Um,
Batman like Japanese villain that's like skull
Yeah, him
themed,
too.
who's really cool, and I think they reappear in a recent comic.
Who
Do you guys
else?
remember? Do you guys remember Todd McFarlane's early Infinity Inc. Mr. Bones? That
I do
Oh no,
not.
tell me
That
about
sounds
that.
great.
guy is a skull.
Hell
So,
yes.
I, I
oh
have
yeah.
the. Speaking of Todd McFarlane, I do have his first ever published work
Oh
in
wow.
I think it's Coyote number 14, and I ordered it off of eBay for $15, and it came bent. Like the dude folded the package and put it in my mailbox.
That's horrendous.
It
That's
is.
horrible.
Dude, Nate,
It is by no means an expensive comic. I'm sorry, Ty,
I
continue.
gotta tell you that Arthur went to our local V Stock, which is basically, old pre-owned media, and it's closing, right? So he decided to snag the Superman versus Muhammad Ali issue. Probably not in
Hmm.
amazing condition, but still
It's
pretty
in pretty good
crazy.
condition. I think I sent you pictures, Nate, on Instagram, or at least to the group chat.
Yeah, maybe to the group chat. Yeah, I do remember you sending a lot of comics. So
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
I
I'm sure
send.
you
I
do.
send comics pretty much every week. I send
Your
oh
various
yeah,
extra
comics that I've
dopamine
bought.
hit.
Yeah.
right.
um, yeah, man. So yeah, how far into this comic are you, Bioforce? Like, have you written a script? Are you kind of like going page by page? But like, what's going on? What kind of method?
Well, I've kind of just I'm in the stages of like breaking down characters, getting to know each one individually before I can like truly put together the script.
Yeah,
But and this process has gone through like a bunch of rewrites. So
of
like
course.
the the version of Bioforce now is not the version that I originally wrote. Originally, it was gonna be like sentient AI like taking
Hmm.
over because I had this like big like thing against AI. Still
Of
do. AI
course.
art is not real art.
Nope, it's
Uh,
just
but
images.
but no. Now it's we'll see where it goes. I'm not
You
gonna
know,
sit here and like, oh, like this is where it's gonna go because, like you guys, writing is a process and like we're forever changing. But right now, I think it's just figuring out the characters, figuring out their needs, and then building the world around it. So
I mean, yeah.
it's in the early stages. Not really a script, but
Here's what I'm gonna say
we're getting.
is like, it can take me months to write a script. Like sometimes you're just, you write the first draft and you're like, something about this not is not working. Something about this, I'm not gonna, continue on with. And then a few months later, you're like, oh shit, this thing just happened in the world. This thing just happened in my life. I can totally, you know, put this into the script in a way that makes sense. It makes the issue more impactful, and time is a process. Like it can take a long ass time to make a short ass comic, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
There's.
yeah, you got to put your best work out there, right? And it's the passion project, right?
For
So
real.
Oh yeah.
just have fun with it.
Of course. Yeah. Ty. I can't. I mean, Ty and I have both redrawn and rewritten scripts and pages so many times. What I've found is that often the first idea is not always the best. So I mean,
Yeah,
especially with coming up with character designs, you gotta.
Sit on
I
those.
may be reluctant to do so. Yeah, you gotta. I may be reluctant to do so, but you gotta. Can't go with the first design that comes to your head. And same thing with writing a story. You gotta really take care of it.
right.
Yeah, man. This is facts. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
So what's life up there in Canada like, man? Like, I remember. I just. Yeah.
well,
Go ahead.
aside from the crippling economy we live in,
Ooh,
life in Canada is it's cold, as most would say, but
absolutely.
no, it's definitely interesting.
It's
You wake up and you see the world that has become, and
And you
every
ride your moose to the local Tim Hortons.
right, absolutely, we ride our moose to the local Timmies. We every one of us goes for a beer to the game
yes, dude.
Right.
whenever hockey's on.
Yes, dude. Wait,
Oh yeah,
what's your
we drink our
drinking age
maple
over
syrup.
there?
drinking age, I think, is 18.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
So
congrats.
we are very, yeah.
That's pretty dope. It's 21 over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever
Rightfully so.
mentioned our age on the podcast, but we're all pretty young dudes. I mean, I'm 23, Arthur's 23.
Man, I think I'm like the youngest here. I'm 19.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
But you're
yeah.
getting
Oh, yeah.
started drawing young, dude. That's, I mean, some might say very important.
Oh yeah, you were way ahead of where I was at 18, bro, or 19, sorry. Like I was not even actively drawing at 19. So I'm very proud of you for being as regular and consistent as you are and have
Right.
become.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. No, life gets in the way, but you find different you find ways. You find ways to get better. And
I mean,
yeah.
it may be crazy to think about, Nate, but you and I have been talking for right around a year now, and we met through our buddy Connor Riches. But I mean, you and I, when we first met, we were at very, very different spots. I mean, I had just recently started doing sequential pages, and I don't know if you had done any at the time, but it's just crazy how fast both of us have grown over the course of a year, and just
Right.
watching it happen the whole time, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. When we first met, like, I had never touched, like, I think I put together a comic book back in like high school. It was one of those really badly drawn comics that we
Hey,
Oh,
all
yeah.
we
knew.
all start out
We've all had them.
somewhere.
I never really thought to put together it crossed my mind, but I never really okay, I gotta like improve my art, improve my art. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys were like, we'll probably touch on this later, but when you guys brought up the zombie idea, I was so
Hmm.
scared because I was like, dude,
Yeah,
I
man.
haven't done this before. What the hell am I doing?
Gotta
Holy
get
That's
shit!
thrown into the
You
deep
know,
end.
exactly.
right?
That's why we wanted you on more than anybody, dude, was so we
Yeah,
could finally get you to start doing some stuff. Just bite the bullet, man. And
right.
you've done. I mean, you were only supposed to do your page, but you volunteered to do to pick up the slack on TS's
Oh
book when
yeah,
his artist quit out on him. So you got double the experience, man. And I mean, I really loved inking your pages for TS's part, and I mean, I do also really love your script, your story. I mean, for a zombie book. Do you want to talk about that first before we get into talking about Latchkey? Because I do want to talk about both of your stories in
yeah.
Oops All Zombies, which we talked about on our last episode with TS a little bit, but
Do
did
you guys
not
need
really
an
get too
Instagram
much
page for
into it.
this book? Is there one?
We definitely do.
Um,
Yeah, somewhere.
Oh shit.
I don't. Yeah, TS. I think TS put it together.
Yeah, yo, I want to
Uh,
see this.
I don't. I haven't even seen it. I
I
don't
have
think
all of this. I don't know. I don't even know.
the last I heard about it, TS just wanted us to send all of our pages and any like extra work, and then he said he was going to take care of all the advertising. So I really don't know. I think he's waiting closer until Connor is done coloring and lettering
Yeah.
to really
Yeah,
but I'm
that's
not
fair.
I'm not worried about it. I think
Yeah.
it's honestly the hard part is done. I have full faith in TS to get this out, but I mean, Nate, you know more than anybody. Probably shouldn't get into it too much, but this has been I don't want to say a shit show, but it's definitely we've had our
Been
trials and tribulations.
it's been one hell of a ride for the first
Yeah.
experience of the comic. Definitely. Oh
Oh
yeah.
I
yeah.
like how your
But
bar was above shit show. That was kind of funny.
yeah. Hey, I didn't when I first had the idea talking with the guys, I didn't even think it was just for practice, you know. I wasn't even expecting it to ever be published, you know. I just thought it was something we could do for, like I said, practice. And then TS came as like, you know, I like published books, right? I could definitely do that for you.
Right.
And then yeah,
This is making me want to do like we need an Instagram for Show Me Comics to show everyone's art off. I mean,
Mhm.
I would love that.
yeah, we might want to do that.
Yeah, Nate, you should send us a couple pieces of art so we can make a post about it.
Oh,
Dude,
definitely. Yeah. I was gonna surprise you guys actually. I never got around to it, but like no, I'm working on a show off piece. So
Oh yeah,
Hell
you've been talking
yes.
about that, man.
I love this. I'm in love with this already. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, we'll just have to post that then when you get around to it. Yeah, it started with we all so me, Nate, Connor, and another friend of ours. We all did a collaborative Spider-Man piece where we all drew our favorite version of Spider-Man, and then that kind of turned into all of us wanting to draw each other's original characters. And so far, I am the only one who has done it with drawing a cover for our buddy Connor's comic Fabricated, which just came out on Kickstarter.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Hopefully we can get him next
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And the cover should be featured for issue 2. I don't want to necessarily spoil that, but I'm very excited about that. Um, but yeah, and I'm just waiting for y'all to start drawing some show off characters,
Dude,
and vice versa.
hell yes.
exactly.
Dude, one thing I want to bring up, because I kind of want to circle back. We were talking about Instagrams and stuff. Dude, why is Instagram so messed up? Not even just in the art part, but like whenever I see a post now, it's always talking about like the Tesla in the description. I'm like, is this where we're at as a society now? Like, we just post anything that to get traction. Like, there's no soul involved in Instagram anymore. You know?
Oh, where the description of the post or the reel or
Yeah.
whatever is just like an ad.
Yeah.
Like click the link in the bio for whatever.
Click the link.
No,
Yeah,
I-
exactly. It's just
No,
weird.
I've made a bunch of jokes to you guys in the group chat. I've been
Mhm.
like, hey, I think I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna like traction Instagram. And I think the latest one was, guys, I've become like we joke about like over sexualized characters, and I'm
Mhm.
like, guys, I have this perfect idea.
Right.
So
Right.
that was kind of my jab at the Instagram algorithm. No, it's funny you bring that up because no, the Instagram that we now know is way different. So
Meta is crazy, dude. They'll just do anything
it's
for money.
it's scary, and I've seen a couple posts now that like there's this option. It's the stupidest option. It's like now incorporating AI art, and I'm like,
hmm
for fuck's sakes.
Well, see,
I'm like, Jesus.
I
So
initially
I'm
saw
like,
that as a good thing because it was like, okay, at least you know what's AI and what's not. But I heard a controversy that basically some Photoshop files, when you upload them to Instagram, even if you did not use AI, will still mark it as AI. So you could do a whole Photoshop piece and then it marks you as AI despite you not even, utilizing that feature of Photoshop.
Dude,
yeah,
last time I opened Photoshop, I had to go through a whole generative fill tutorial like that I just clicked through.
Of
Like,
course, man. It's weird.
uh, horrible.
Dude, yeah, there was a professor in my school that was just talking about how we need to embrace AI, and I'm just like, screw you, man. I don't want to
jeez.
embrace AI at all.
No,
I had a professor that was the exact opposite. He failed a girl on like the very first assignment. She was like, "Can we use AI?" No, obviously not. She did it anyway. She had a crappy little pencil drawing to like, show that she's like, "Oh yeah, I had a rough draft first." And she did not. She just obviously drew it after the fact. But yeah, she got a 0 on
yeah.
that, which was very embarrassing for her, rewarding for me. Nom 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 nom. I love it.
Yeah, for a while there, my Instagram bio was "fuck AI art." So
Yeah, I
it
mean,
really goes to show my passion for the topic.
we wanted to put
Right.
AI free since 23 at the top of our comic, so we'll see if that becomes a thing. That's, I think, a good
Oh yeah.
tagline.
hmm
But
Definitely,
it's a little
man,
topical, I guess. I don't know if in 10 years anyone will even care about AI art anymore.
Hope not.
Who knows? The world's ever changing.
I saw
Oh
someone
yeah.
tried to make a Batman short film with the AI, the video AI that's been coming out, and it looked horrible. So
hmm
a little bit of hope in there.
Oh yeah,
Yes. Oh man.
So Nate, do you want to talk about your experiences drawing your story in for Oops All Zombies, your original, your own short story, not Latchkey, not the one you did for TS,
all right.
the yours.
Yeah, no, yeah. That process was in and in itself, it was a process definitely because no, going back, it was like my first time actually using the comic pages for comic books. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
so freaked out. I was like, guys, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And you guys were like, take your time, it's fine. And
You just got to get
originally that
started and
story,
learn as you go.
yeah, originally that story was supposed to be, and I might do this somewhere down the line, but it was originally supposed to be like a set in Japan, like samurai story, and
I
then it
remember.
swapped over to like this, I don't even know, demonic anti-Christ thing, and then it became like, okay, we're running out of time, so I need to like knuckle down and actually get to this book. So I just thought about, I guess I, in a sense, like I thought about the worst thing that could ever happen to a human being, right? So
Right.
my basis story was this guy. He has this family, and then it's like stripped away, and
Mm.
he has to continue living because he is the sole survivor of his family.
Right.
And it goes through this like this. It's a very like dark, like depressing story where it's like, I don't know, why do I continue? Why do I continue? But then he's like, I do it because of her, and then he's just very gory, very cool little story, but I wouldn't say it's like the best thing I've written, but it's definitely something.
Well,
I'm
well,
glad that.
you were limited to 6 pages, so I think it was a great test run. I mean, I enjoyed it. I've read it. It's not out yet, but I mean, yeah. I mean, I really like it, man. And
It's
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 like you said, you had to go through a bunch of different ideas, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's just brainstorming. Like you had a page or two for the when it was more paranormal, like you said, and I really liked it. But I do still really like what you came up with. The big '90s guns and the robot arms and the cybernetics, and yeah, it is very very gory. Very, I love it.
yeah,
Love
that
to
was
see
like
that.
the biggest thing. I was like, if the art, because the art's subpar, so I was like, if the art's gonna be subpar, then I have to make up for it somehow. So I was like,
Right,
blood everywhere.
right.
But
Yes.
yeah, that was a different process. Definitely different than latchkey.
Yes. So I had a question about that. So for your book, for your story, you just did the pages. You didn't write a script for it, did you?
I wrote a base synopsis. I didn't write like a full out like how it's no. I think the first time I saw a script actually was TS's story, where I was like, oh, this is how you do this.
So how
But
was that for you? Like going from just I mean, somewhat winging it to actually, having every detail laid out for you because TS is a script writing machine. He cranks them out. How was that for you? Just going from, writing your story to having because again, these are only 6 pages, and I think we all tried to fit a whole lot into it. So I'm just curious how that was for you. Was it easier after you once you had the script?
no, it definitely taught me how to write a story for sure.
Hmm.
Like I think like stepping aside from the art perspective, I think it taught me a lot about how to actually format an actual story script,
Right.
which I've read comics with like scripts in the back, and I've
Hmm.
I've seen what that looks like, but never have I ever like put it out. It's always been like, all right, page one, panel, da 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 da, and it's like seeing TS actually do it like professionally. I was kind of taken aback, and it was like you said, it was a way easier process because I had every like little detail, like a movie script, and I basically understood where the director wanted to do his thing, and
Of course.
I played within that. So TS's was easier than mine, even
Right.
though I do both.
Now, despite all of our towards the end of the creative process of our book, of our collaborative effort, some might say you were on a bit of a time crunch, but I think despite all of that, you got 6 pages done pretty fast. I mean, for my story, I think it took me about 3 months to finish all mine.
Yeah, no.
I mean, between doing other stuff, but yeah, despite everything, I think you did a good job. You did it on time. I mean, well, none of it was on time. We're supposed to have this all done by December, but we
Right.
had quite a few complications. But despite all that, I think for my it was also my first time doing like a published something that will be published. I was working on the first issue of Show Off when we started, but this is like the first thing that was like, oh, okay, so yeah, when we're done, this will be, put out there. And it was, yeah, I don't know,
Dude,
man.
yeah, so much potential.
Really good job. And
Yeah,
yeah, good potential. And I think it was a lot of luck on our part, being introduced to TS. I mean, I don't know. I had faith that we could have gotten it out eventually. But just TS having all the know-how and sharing it with us was just, I couldn't have asked for a better publisher, to start me out.
definitely hats off to TS because busy guy,
So are
having
you
to
guys,
deal with.
you guys are crowdfunding
Mm.
this,
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
Gotcha.
oh yeah, yeah. I think that's the plan. So,
Do you know what it's gonna be on?
I mean, just been saying Kickstarter, but I don't know. When TS was on the podcast, he was talking about how he did Tokyo Fire with Zoop. So I don't know. It's really all up to him. It's out of our
When's
hands
your
now. But we're
a release date? Do you know? Like ideal. Like just
and
temporary.
the ideal release date was early this year in like January.
So it's kind of on.
Uh,
Yeah, it's TB announced.
it's
To be announced.
yeah,
yeah,
it's just at this point we're just waiting for Connor to finish coloring and lettering, and then it'll be like all of our respective stories are done. Like we finished that a few months ago, so it's just
Well, hey, if you need any
we were
letterers, I have names.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Connor's got it. We're just trying to keep costs low at this point.
Right.
Fair. I was just thinking because I don't remember if last episode we mentioned the other letterers that were recommended to us.
I don't think so.
No, I think you guys talked about some letterers, but I don't know
Yeah,
if they were all of them that you guys knew. But
I'm kind of. I think I kind of rushed through editing that a little bit and left the end in. I was kind of gonna like
Hmm.
wait to say our letterer, because I was like, just thinking like someone might take this, they might get a bunch of business all of a sudden.
Right.
And then I think I only said the guy we got.
So have you actually talked to him yet, or is that just the one that we decided on that we would like to get
That's
in
the one I would
contact
like
with?
to, but here's the other names. Thought I'd just drop them. Jomet Gill, JoAmettetteGil, and Jody Troutman.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're looking for a letterer, Nate, but boom. Yeah.
no, definitely, I might search these people up and go find these people.
Yeah, dude.
Go
Oh,
track
Yeah, man. I kind of want this pod to be like, kind of like, tell people's experiences, but also, give out some hints, like give these people some business.
them. Oh yeah. No, when you guys started this, like I've watched both episodes, like your intro and then like
Hell
the one
yes.
with TS. Like man,
Oh yeah.
being on it, like it's scary as hell. But like no, even as like a friend and as a fan, like I'll be like every time listening and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Dude, so
I appreciate that, man.
what have you guys been reading recently? Have you been reading a lot of stuff recently, Nate, or have you been maybe on a hiatus or from reading? What's up?
Me, oh man, you know what? It sucks. I've taken a hiatus. I haven't really been to the comic shop as of late, but
That's okay.
the last comics I've read were, I was really into Gunslinger Spawn. Like, I'm
Yeah.
a big, out of, I think, the whole group, I think, like, the Spawn titles, anything McFarlane, I'm always like, okay, guys, so, like we can sit there every day. We can talk about the toys that he makes, and
Of course.
but no, Gunslinger Spawn was always like my go-to pickup from the comic shop, and then just the occasional other thing that looked interesting. Like I remember I picked up a Venom, but no, I haven't been to the comic shop in like a hot minute. So
Nothing wrong with that, dude. Like,
man,
I know.
I gotta find the time and the money.
Yeah,
yes.
man. There's, I mean, I love collecting comics, but
I'm dropping
yeah,
books left
nothing
and
wrong
right.
with saving. Yeah,
No, the $2 can really go up
Yeah.
anytime.
I remember when they were $3 during Rebirth. That was nice.
Right,
Now they're like $5.
wow.
I don't know. Yeah, in Canada, I know your dollar's a little different, but yeah, I mean, for us, $5, and then for you guys, it's probably even higher if I had to guess.
Right.
aren't they called like wacky bucks over there or something? Canada
Yeah,
dollars.
us and our monopoly money.
Yeah.
You know, the colored money.
Are they scented? Scratch and
What's
sniff money. You got scratch and sniff money?
exactly right? The red ones cherry flavored.
Yeah.
Dude, so are you a gamer, dude?
uh, I play the occasional game. I wouldn't consider myself a gamer per se, but
Fair, fair.
Nate's too
no,
busy drawing comics like the rest of us.
I'm too busy drawing and watching hockey to play a game. But
You know,
no, I played my occasional games. I see you guys talking about it in the group got a bunch. Like, oh, I
Hmm.
played this. And I'm like, oh, I've never played this.
yeah, man. Well, if you like Spawn, Mortal Kombat 11 had Spawn in it. It's pretty sick.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have played Mortal Kombat 11. I do remember that.
Heck
That was
yeah.
like the biggest reason why I bought Mortal
Of
Kombat.
course, of course. I mean, people wanted
I
him
was
for
like,
years.
right? I was like, Spawn's gonna be in this fucking game. Hell yeah! So
Absolutely.
Nate, the secret to being a comic artist and a gamer at the same time is just completely neglect one or the other. So spend 3 months drawing until you're completely sick of
exactly
it and you
right.
can't look at a piece of paper. And so you just spend the next 3 months playing Fallout New Vegas.
Right, that's exactly it. You know,
Yeah.
if there's ever been a time where I'm just like, I could do other things with my time. No,
Yeah, so do you have a day job? I'm
Yeah.
curious, Nate.
I am. Yeah, I work as a cashier at
Same.
the local Sobeys. So
What is that, like a
no,
food place?
yeah, it's a good job. It's not bad.
Gotcha.
Zoe's a grocery store.
Yeah, it's a grocery store. Yeah.
Wow. Nothing wrong with a good old grocery store job.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
To say to, to say I know how to talk to people is well, come from me taking like 4 years of drama in high school. I know how to talk to people, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
so,
yes.
so
I was the opposite. I never did drama. I was like, I had to do, I had to do a monologue one point. I just totally failed.
man.
But it's okay. It was only
I
one
was
year.
in debate class.
Right.
Damn, Arthur, you didn't learn shit.
Shit from what?
Debate class.
No, I said you were in debate
I was
class.
not in debate class. I don't think there was a debate class.
Sure act like it.
Oh, damn, I got this turned around on me.
So, Nate, one interesting thing that you sent me that I actually didn't know, I don't know why you kept this from me, but you were paid to make a label for a brewing company.
I was, yeah.
What the hell, dude? I'm so jealous. That's amazing.
That was on my Instagram a couple months back, but I decided to, for whatever reason, to purge my Instagram, so there's no mention of it anywhere.
Dude,
But
it's
yeah,
awesome.
Part of the
you
portfolio.
guys asked to send over, art, and I was like, you know what? I have this little thing in the back pocket. No, y'all want to hear that story?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to.
How that came. So okay, my dad, it came through my dad, right? So
Right.
my dad knew this dude who has like made his own craft beer, and so he was basically like, oh, like throwing my name out there, and I was like, oh, goody, cool.
Right.
So it basically came upon chance, right? So
Right.
my dad was like, hey, do you want to do this beer logo? And I was like, sure. I mean, it was my first experience with actual like concept and like going back and forth, like what he likes, what I like, and like
Of
all
course.
that. So what it kind of everything led to the comic process.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Where it was like, oh, like working back and forth. I know how to do that now. So, but
It's
no,
definitely a challenge.
that beer logo was, I think at the time, I don't know if they still sell it here. It's a local beer. So like, boys, come up to Canada if you want.
Yeah,
But
homie, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I would
no,
love that.
you're right. No,
Dude,
I don't know if they sell it
surely you got
anymore.
paid decent for it, right?
Yeah, if they do, no, it's a local beer, and just yeah, that
So
that
so do
process was.
you get like a fifth of a penny for every can sold or something?
Here's the problem. I didn't get paid squat for that.
What?
No.
I just got published, and my dad was like, "Oh, it's published work," and I was like, "Okay." It's like,
Wow, paid an exposure.
all right, pay the exposure doesn't pay the bills, but
That's hilarious.
it's fun
So
just to get it's fun just to get art out there, and just people liked it. It was, I think, their best seller like at the time, so it was
right.
cool.
Bro.
Dude, that's well, at least it worked out for you somewhat. And my first commission like thing that I ever did was like a scammer on Instagram, a complete bot. Like
That's
wait,
sad.
you probably remember I showed it to you. It was some lady hit me up on Instagram wanting me to draw her daughter. She had like 3 posts from 2 days ago, so I should have known. She was like, I just absolutely love your art style. I'm like, oh, you really like my drawing of Doctor Strange and Hellboy? You military wife? Like, I don't know. And so I drew her daughter, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you from my daughter's college fund.
Oh,
So that was,
That was
yeah.
weird.
So I
Were
was
they
like,
trying
oh,
to get you to
yeah.
like not want the money, I guess?
So she was like, okay, so we can only request money from the college fund at once every 6 months, and I accidentally requested $1,000 instead of $100. So I'm going to send you $1,000, and you'll send me 900 back. And I said, I am not comfortable with that.
yeah.
Bye. And then she just got really, really mad and kept arguing with me, trying to convince me to do it. And eventually I just blocked her. I was like, fuck, I drew this whole piece of a girl that probably isn't even real. Like she sent me pictures and everything. Like
Yeah, that's
it was a
hilarious.
try hard scammer.
You got
Dude, I'm always scared whenever I open my Instagram DMs when it's like, "Hey, can you do a commission for me?" Because I'm like, dude,
Oh,
I
it's
don't know
every
what's
morning.
real and what's not.
it's gross how like bots and like scammers have infested the Instagram market and then also just like the jobs market and shit. It's just like
Yeah.
what the hell, man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Like, oh my gosh. And now they're using AI to read people's resumes and stuff. It's like, oh,
Oh my god.
it's like
Oh,
Jesus Christ. How do I beat this?
I
right.
don't.
Can I get a friggin' job in this society?
We need to go back to newspaper ads. Come on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Dude, but I would love to. Yeah, what were you saying to say?
Yeah, all of a sudden, Peter Parker from the 1960s was
Yeah, dude.
trying to get
Yeah.
relatable.
Yes.
Taking pictures of Spider-Man.
Right. Exactly.
Dude, but I was just looking up how far it would be to Calgary. It's only like a day and 3 hours, bro. We could be up there
Yeah.
soon.
There you go. Right, exactly.
Is there a Canada Day parade?
Oh, I think there is. I don't know.
That's
It was a
hilarious.
little rainy here, so I don't know if they're gonna do it, but
Right.
we'll see. We'll see. Somewhere in Canada, they're doing it. Pretty sure our guy is standing on this podium right now.
Yeah, that
Really?
sounds about right.
Prime Minister.
Yeah,
Dude, so
but
I was just really quickly going to say some stuff I've been reading here.
Oh yeah.
there you go.
Helen of Windhorn, which is really good. Issue 3 just came out. Bill Quist Evely is the artist. Some good
Okay.
fantasy stuff. Tom King's the writer. Don't know if you've read any Tom King, Nate, but he's been kind of big in Marvel and DC recently.
I think I've read like one issue of his Batman.
Yeah.
I stopped him one issue Batman.
Yeah.
You should
So,
keep
definitely an interesting writer, and yeah,
He's got some stuff going on. And then also his Wonder Woman I've been reading. I don't know if Arthur, did you read the latest issue of that?
I still have not been to the comic book store. I desperately need to go. But Transformers is coming out next week, or this week, so I'll probably just wait till Wednesday.
Yeah, fair. And then not something I've been reading, but I've been playing Elden Ring, and
I've been reading Elden Ring, actually. I have.
the Elden Ring DLC, and yeah, it's kind of whooping my ass. So I kind of gave up a little bit, but I might go back.
I don't know much about games, but as soon as you said that, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, I'm not good at it, but I just play a sorcerer, so I just run away and throw rocks at things, and that's kind of not working anymore. But you know what? It's whatevs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then I recently got in. You know, I'm not gonna say because it might have to do with my two truths and a lie that we'll record later. But Arthur, what have you been reading, man?
I've actually been catching up on Hellboy and some things that you've lent me, including Immortal Hulk and Jason Aaron's Avengers run, which is, I think I'm about 17 issues in. Very, very, very amazing. I just got done with all the Dracula stuff, and now I think I'm on the issue where Gorilla Man is like officially like starting to do some stuff. Like he's been hanging around the mountain, but now Gorilla Man. I don't know. I love Gorilla, and him hanging out with Ursa Major during that run is just the kind of antics, and I don't want to say necessarily comedic relief because it doesn't necessarily try to be.
It's a bear and a
funny, but
gorilla talking to each other, man. There's some comedic relief in there.
Yeah, but they're talking about like a covert mission, like assassinating people. It's awesome. They're talking in a zoo. They're like, this is the best hiding place you could come up with, and he's like, okay, whatever, man.
Dude, can I just say, Alpha Flight is pretty dope. I mean, we're talking to a Canadian right now. I fucking love Alpha Flight. I wish they'd get more like comic time.
Man, yeah. Little Canadian team, Alpha Flight,
Yeah, well, they had a series recently. Now that I remember it, but yeah.
You're a big Deadpool guy, aren't you, Nate?
I am a big Deadpool guy. Deadpool and Wolverine, man.
Yes,
Can't wait.
this new movie's gonna be dope.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that, man.
It comes at the perfect time because like I feel like superhero movies rather haven't been good for a second. I mean, I think we can kind of agree there's been a lull a little bit. Yeah, dude. So it's gonna be hype.
No, definitely watching new superhero movies. I'm like, God, what happened? Did we just become too mainstream to like back to the story? Like,
Yeah.
You watch the first Iron Man movie, right? And then you watch like the latest Marvel movie. It's like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
I think they just cared more back in the early days.
He's cared about different things. It was more about
grounded.
making. Yeah, it was about making like one good movie, and then we'll do another good movie. But now it's what movie is going to fit the canon, like what's going to push the multiverse or whatever. Like.
I mean, I'm
I
still
thought the
watching them.
standalone Shang-Chi movie was good. Like that was good when they just try to do standalone stuff like that. That's when I usually enjoy
Which
it.
one?
Like Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah. You think Shang-Chi was super good?
I didn't say it was super good. I thought it was good.
It was good, I guess. I mean, the effects at the end were insane.
Compared to some of the other stuff that I had seen recently, like
I did like
I
the
don't
start
know.
of that movie a lot. Didn't he like cut a bus in half or something?
yeah, I don't know. I don't want to like retread what other people say, but I really didn't like Eternals and Captain Marvel, but not for any particular reasons, I guess.
I think the last good superhero movie I saw, and this is gonna be all hail our Lord Sony.
Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse, I think is like the last good one that I saw.
It was entertaining.
Oh yeah.
I think. Oh wait, Across the Spider-Verse. Yes, that was phenomenal. I just saw that for the first time. I don't know why when you said Across the Spider-Verse in my head, I heard No Way Home, and I was like, yeah, that was entertaining. But no, Across
Oh
the
yeah.
Spider-Verse was a
Oh
freaking
yeah.
trip, man. That was awesome.
Across the Spider-Verse,
I
definitely,
I can't
definitely.
believe it took me so long to see that movie.
I wonder if there's a
It's
3D version of that movie. Can you imagine watching that in 3D?
What do you
oh,
mean? Oh yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if they do
like a 3D
3D. I don't know if
IMAX.
they do 3D movies that much anymore, though.
the
Nah,
occasion. I think it's an option. I don't know if
it's
they
just a
like.
gimmick, you know.
I don't know if they make a movie
Right.
specifically for 3D. Like it's definitely an option.
That is
I feel
facts.
like if they were gonna do 3D, they would have done it with the new Jurassic World movies.
I mean, they definitely don't do 3D like they did Jaws 3. So
Right,
Oh boy.
they don't make it special for anyone.
Right.
So
I
that
mean,
the graphics look so odd when you're watching the shark
Yeah.
come up to the screen.
it's just a gimmick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You gotta sell more movies. Same with comic
Yeah,
books. You gotta put the gimmicky covers. You gotta put the
Yeah.
cool. Gotta put the cool muscles. Gotta put the like shiny tinfoil.
yeah. Whatever keeps me from having to wear those stupid red and blue glasses.
Yo, well, we were talking about about Deadpool. They're gonna. I think I saw. I don't know if this was an AI generated image of like the Deadpool bucket. That it was like Deadpool's head on its side, like, and you're putting your cup inside of his like caved out head. I don't know if that's
Oh,
real,
yeah.
but I'm super excited. Like,
The one I saw was a Wolverine face, and the mouth was just enormous.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the one that's officially released. Like
Really?
Ryan Reynolds posted about
oh
that, and I
lord,
was
That's
like,
horrible. I still want the Blue Beetle popcorn bucket. The
dude,
you
that
can get
that
that.
Blue Beetle popcorn bucket, super
Yeah.
It
cool.
is cool. You can get that
I want
online.
to sit down with.
But
I
Todd
want to sit
McFarlane
down.
did just make the Superpowers Blue Beetle ship, which comes with an action figure, so it's a little bit better.
I want to sit down with the guy who designed the Dune bucket and
Oh
just be
yeah.
like, what went through your mind?
Yeah,
when you
It
did
I
this?
know what kind of man you
make a
are.
viral moment.
Yes.
Yeah. I want
You
everyone.
must you must really like Dune.
Oh yeah.
Dude, my coworker is obsessed with Dune, and I got the
Ooh.
Jacob, and he's always
Oh
asking me
no.
to read the Dune comic book that I bought, and I'm just like, I have so much other stuff I have to read, Jacob.
You bought a Dune comic?
Yeah, there's multiple Dune comics, I believe. Some manga
Did
too,
you get that
maybe.
from Steens's?
I did.
Steens's
Definitely,
Garage sale. Yep.
oh yeah.
definitely let my mom know about that. She's been trying to get me to watch Dune.
Yeah, you should.
Good.
I mean, I haven't watched it, so I can't really talk, but
My
Yeah,
brother was
no.
trying to get me to watch the original Dune movies, and I was like, I don't know. That I don't really even want to watch the new ones. Why would I watch the ones from the whenever the fuck they came out?
Exactly. No, no, Star Wars all the way, man.
Yeah.
fair.
What they're doing now. I don't know what they're doing now. I
They're
haven't watched.
Oh gosh, are they doing anything? I don't know at this point.
Who's
I
Star
guess they're
Wars?
doing that new show. Yeah.
They just had Acolytes come out, which I mean, with Star Wars for me, it's always been like I hear what people talk about, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm sure it's okay. Like my cousin Sam was telling me I should not absolutely not watch Acolytes, but the main character is Trinity from The Matrix, so I at least have to give it a chance because that's badass seeing Trinity from The Matrix as a Jedi. So I have to give it a chance. I don't know.
There you go.
Um.
I'm not a big Star Wars
So
guy, but just that
here's what I'm gonna say.
alone. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say a spoiler alert because I think we're close to the
Mm,
end. So you can say a spoiler alert, and then you can just not listen to the very end of this pod. But there's like
right.
a Wookiee who's a Jedi in this show.
Yeah.
So I just
There
think
There
was
you
a
that's
go.
Wookiee that
dope.
was a Jedi and there's a Wookiee that was a Jedi in Clone Wars and Rebels, I
Oh
think.
well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and his handle was made out of freaking wood, bro.
That's weird.
No, it's not. It's awesome. It's Wookiee magic.
It's a Wookiee, yeah.
Wookiee magic.
Gotta, I love your Wookiee, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
That is a name if I've ever said it.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Wave your Wookiee magic. Oh boy.
All right. Well, I think we did a great podcast, guys. I think this will be
Oh
number
yeah.
1 on Apple Podcasts or whatever Jeff puts it on.
I'm really glad that my writer Ty is starting to get to know my artist buddies from online.
Yeah, this was dope
Right.
talking to you, man. I'm super glad we got to interview you before you get huge.
Oh yeah.
It definitely was fun, you know.
Hopefully you're not as nervous next time, because I would like to have you guys on again after some more of our books come out. Have a little bit more to talk about.
We had a lot to talk about. We're at like 53 minutes right now.
Oh really?
Yeah, bro. But
Well, I mean that's a good episode.
it's a chunky episode. But yeah, I think we're good to go. Super good talking to you, man.
Yeah, have a great one,
Yeah,
Nate.
it's good talking to you guys too.